Brian, thanks so much. Our special guest today is Marc Lasry. He's the chairman and CEO of Avenue Capital. It's great to see you out here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Perfect to have you, given your exploits now in sports investing. You're still raising your fund, right? You're still raising money for it?
No, we are.
And looking to deploy it.
Yeah, believe it or not, there's a ton of things to do in this field.
Is that because you're doing this because you continue to believe sports as an investable asset is only going to grow?
You're literally in the first inning, second inning of sports. You're going to have private equity coming in. People are raising capital. This is like literally a $1 trillion industry when you take a look at all the different subsets. So I think it's a massive opportunity. I think for the next 10 years, this is where you want to be.
So pickleball, we talked about that before. Are you still a big believer in the future of that sport?
Yep, we invested in a company called City Pickle in New York, and that's going really well.
English Premier League is one of the latest investments, right? The Ipswich Town Club.
We invested in Ipswich when they were a championship team, and now they got to the Premier League. So that's been a great investment for us.
What is it about soccer? There are many financiers, put you in that class, of American financiers who are looking overseas, particularly at English football. Why?
Well, one, it's the most popular sport in the world. So when you take a look at the World Cup, you take a look at all the different events that have had, you're going to have the World Cup here in the United States. I think people see it, that they want to be a part of it. The Premier League is obviously the best league, but you've got a bunch of other leagues around Europe. So for us, we think it's a massive opportunity.
How do you look at all of these opportunities? I was thinking the lifespan of these investments relative to the kinds of investments that you've made for your whole career as part of Avenue and the credit investments that you made. Is there a different expectation for the lifespan of these types of investments versus those?
Yeah, I think all of these, when we look at them, we want to invest based on when the next media deal is coming up. So for us, in any of these things, it's over the next 3 to 6 years. So like on our sailing team, media deal comes up in 2 years. On bull riding, comes up in 4 years. On baseball, it's going to come up over the course of the next 3 years. So you want to be involved in these because that's where you're going to get the next pop.
In valuation?
In valuation.
Are you surprised to the degree at which valuations continue to go up? Not that they continue to rise. I think most people expect sports valuations are one of these few things that continue to rise. But we just came out with our own CNBC sport list. Cowboys, $11 billion.
And I should have bought that team.
You did okay with your Bucs trade.
That would have been a great investment.
Does it surprise you when you see numbers like that at this point?
No, not at all, because really, when you look at sports, it's really three things. It's going to be ticket sales, sponsorship, and media. And the media is going up 10, 15% a year, right? So I think a commercial on the Super Bowl now is $7-8 million for 30 seconds. So the reason you've got that is because people believe that there's real value there. So I think that's going to keep going. It's also the only thing you can see live. So people are just involved and they want to do it.
When you saw the NFL is going to now allow private equity investors into the league, albeit a toe dip to start, what are your thoughts?
I think it's great. I think it's what you're seeing. The NBA was one of the first groups that ended up doing that. I think Adam Silver had done a phenomenal job with the league, and I think you're seeing the NFL do it. With MLB, it's happening. With hockey, it's happening. So the question is, right now in the NFL, it's 10%, right? I think in the NBA, it's about 20%. So the question is, will they ultimately allow private equity to get control of these teams?
Yeah. The difference, of course, is the private equity investors who are putting their money. They're obviously they need to do it in a different way. They're used to having total control.
Yes.
This is not any part of any control. Do you think that's going to work?
I think it will, because you're investing in the asset. So normally when you invest in an asset, you've got to believe in the value of what it is today, and it's going to keep going. But for all the analysis, a lot of it is on the media, which you just mentioned. So people believe that's going to be fine. So you're going to end up doing very well.